Okay, here I have the 10 mesh Krom-Air Shaker, and in my mill jar here I have some phenolic resin. If you've not used this before, you'll may not know, but phenolic resin comes like this in big chunks, which then have to be broken up into little chunks even smaller than this first. Once they're broken up into chunks, and I basically broke them up with a hammer, put them in here and ran them through here, and anything that passed my 10 mesh screen went into the mill jar. The mill jar I milled with lead media for approximately 2 hours with the ambient temperature at about 65 degrees. So I've got a nice, super nice powder in there going on with my media. So to avoid making a big mess, what I'm going to do is separate my media. Just one more use for the shaker. This fits right over my mill jar really nice and actually quite snug. I'm going to turn this over, dump everything inside. There's absolutely no dust. You can see on the table here there's nothing dropped. I'm going to allow that to settle for a minute. Let the dust work its way down into the main jar. Now, because of the volume that I have here, I'm not going to use the larger container because I want to store this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to use a smaller, this is a 1 liter, this is a ½ liter. So I'm going to take my ½ liter container and I'm going to put it on my shaker with my 10 mesh screen. Now I've let this settle long enough. Got a little bit of dust coming off of that, but overall you can see it's pretty much contained. Then I'm going to take my 10 mesh screen, screw it on here. Okay, turn it over, separate my media. There's absolutely no dust. There's nothing on the table. There's nothing on my hands. Everything is in the jars. You can see that I've, for the most part, just about filled up that 1 liter container. I'm going to make sure that I shake this around really good. Get it all down in here as much as I can. I'm going to let that settle. And after it settles, you'll see, I'm going to just open my mill jar up, or my shaker jar. I'm going to take this off, and there you go. What you have is all of that resin is inside this container. Go ahead and put a lid on it. And you can see by the condition of the work surface, there's absolutely no dust. Now from there, I've taken some other containers. I was working with mill dust before. Just figured I'd cover this while I'm at it. I rinsed everything with this water, and I have this resin in the bottom of the jar that's settled out. You can see how it's settled to the bottom. So I saved this water, and I'm just going to use it to rinse my media and rinse my shaker. Since now that I've saved this resin, I'm just going to go ahead and pour this water into here. I'm going to leave the remaining inside the container. You can put a lid on it. And now you can see, once again, in the shaker, there's no drips, it's not leaking, and I'm cleaning both my media and my jars with water. Now, there's my media separately cleaned out, and then I have all the rest of that remaining resin in a water bath. So now I'm going to open up my shaker once again. Got that media right there. It's going to need one last rinsing, but I've managed to keep all of my resin. I'm going to take what remains of that. I'm going to add it back to this container and put the lid back on it. Come tomorrow, every bit of that will be settled down in the bottom of the jar. Once it settles out, get a little more water here. Once that all settles out tomorrow, then I'll pour off the remaining water and then put this liquid outside to dry. The last thing too, I still need to clean my media jar, so I'm going to just go ahead and put the lid on it, shake it up. There we go. It didn't get everything out of there, but it got a lot of it. So now that'll all settle out and not be lost. Here's my mill jar. It's not perfect, but it's pretty clean. Do a little more cleaning up on that in a little bit. So there you go. One more use once again for the Krom-Air Shaker. 10 mesh screen there, and now I have this ready to, my liquid ready to store. And I have my dry resin here. And ready for the next project.